section 9.2, reflections. This would be your mirror image, like what you looked at in the mirror this morning. So this should be pretty decent. Let's review how to graph lines, just in case you've forgotten, because this is what we're going to be reflecting the lines across. Okay, so first one, let's make it pink. Let's say y equals 2. This is a horizontal line at y equals 2. So there's y equals 2. So we could flip a line up and down. We could flip a shape up and down across that. And then x equals negative 3 is a vertical line over here. Whoops. At x equals negative 3. I can't draw a straight line. Okay, so then we can flip a line across. All right, what about lines that look like this? So let's start with the first one, y equals 1/2 x minus 3. You have to start at negative 3 because this is in slope-intercept form. So we go down 3, and then our slope is 1/2. So we go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. This is where you probably want to get really good about dotting this all the way across the page, because when we go to flip the shapes across it, you need to make sure that you have a perfect line so you can flip your shape across it. Okay? And see, if you make your dots all the way across, you can just connect your dots. Okay, so there's y equals 1/2 x plus minus 3. The second one, it's not in slope-intercept form, so we need to get it in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides and make it 2y equals negative 2x plus 6. You notice I always put the x term first, that way you know where your slope is and that sort of thing. And then we're going to divide everything by by 2. That gives us negative x plus 3. So to graph that line, I go up 3, and then it has a slope of negative 1, so I go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, or up and left, either way, and that will give you your line. That's another one that you probably should dot all the way across the graph, just so you have a perfect line for you to graph with. Okay, so we're going to use these to reflect our lines. All right, reflections. It's an isometry, so the pre-image and the image are congruent, in which a figure and its image have opposite orientations. So picture when you looked in the mirror this morning, you saw your reflection, you saw your mirror image of yourself. So that's what it is. That's a good way to remember the definition. They're mirror images that appear backwards of each other. And there's a line of reflection that lies between the two figures. So there'll be a line, like if you folded a paper in half, you'd have the same shape on both sides, and that would be the line of reflection between the two. Alright, so let's go try this. If a point P, so P is right here, is reflected across the line y equals 1, so y equals 1 is right here. I want to know what is the coordinates of the image. So see how it's 2 below the line? Your point is 2 below the line. Then the point has to be 2 above the line to be a mirror image. It has to be the same distance on both sides of the line. And the coordinates of the new point is 2, 3. So it started at 2, negative 1. It flipped across the line and made 2, 3. Alright, same point. This time I want to reflect it across x equals 1. So here's the line x equals 1. So we're going to flip it to the left. It's one box to the right of the line. So now it's going to be one box to the left of the line. There's P prime. And the coordinates of this are 0, negative 1. Okay? That's just doing a point. So when we go to a shape like a triangle, so let's graph this triangle. Then we're going to reflect it across the x-axis. Here's the x-axis. So when you reflect it, you move each point the same distance across the line. So B is one box above, it's going to be one box below now. C is 3 above, it goes 3 below. A is 4 above, it goes 4 below. And there's your new triangle. So if you turn that on its side, you could look at it and both of them are mirror images of each other. Alright, same triangle. So here's A, here's B, and here's C. And it says to draw its reflection image across the y-axis. So here's the y-axis right down the middle. See how it goes through B? So this time, since the reflection line goes through the shape, everything's going to kind of spin on itself. But B doesn't move anywhere because it's on the line. So it stays right where it's at. C goes from the right side to the left side. And then A goes from the left side to the right side. Alright? And then you name the new coordinates. So A is at 3, 4. B is at 0, 1 still. And then C is at negative 2, 3. Okay? You just have to make sure that everything is the same distance away from the line from one side to the other. Alright, same deal, same triangle. So here's A, here's B, and here's C. And it says to reflect it across x equals 3. X equals 3 is right here. It's a vertical line. So we're going to flip everything across that vertical line. So C is 1 away, so it goes 1 away over here. B is 3 away, it goes 3 away over here. A is 6 away, so we gotta go 6 over here. And there's our new triangle. It should look like, if you fold it on the line, that they would match up. So new coordinates. B is at 6, 1. A is at 3, 6, 9, 4. And then C is at 4, 3. You always want to put those new coordinates just in case you mess something up. Alright, so this time we're going to do a square. Alright, so let's put the square on our graph. Okay, so there's our square, and this is where colors come in handy because we're going to move this square twice. We're going to translate it, and then we're going to reflect it. So you're going to use the new shape each time. Okay, so the first thing, it says to translate it by the rule x minus 2, y plus 2. This means it goes left 2 and up 2. So we're going to take each point, and we're going to go left 2, up 2. And then left 2, up 2. Left, up, and then left, up. Okay, so there's our image. We had a pre-image, now we have an image. Alright, and grab a new color. We're going to reflect it over the x-axis. So here's the x-axis. We reflect the new shape, so that would be the pink shape on my graph. So we take A, 3 above, it's now 3 below. And it's a double prime. D is 3 above, we go 3 below. C is 6 above, it goes 6 below. Same thing with B, 3 above, 6 below. Alright, so then we need final coordinates of this. So A double prime is at negative 1, negative 3. B double prime is negative 1, negative 6. C double prime is 2, negative 6. And then D double prime is 2, negative 3. Alright? Make sure you ask questions. If you don't understand any of this, you need to come see me and make sure you ask.